Already shared it on the.
Colin, you have both the
other
brackets there.
I know. Do I need to fill it out right now?
We're gonna fill it
Wait.
as we go. We're gonna pick together. One is
Oh.
stage one. Yeah,
Like-
it's an odd.
Back up.
Yeah,
Move
you'll
it.
see. We'll get there.
We'll
We'll get there together.
Wherever the camera is, I'll guide you in it. When we actually go live and I can see it on the screen, we'll have to move these a slight bit because it was over, so we're not squared up anymore.
I am digging the
I
tables.
think you need to
right now,
come
Josh.
to me.
No, I think we have to go over here because we were
Sharing
touching
it.
tips over here. Gingerly.
Let us gingerly. That's role models.
Mhm.
I knew a movie. Hey.
So Zoe came home or we were in the car today, and she said they had Columbus Day.
I listened to a podcast about him today.
Yeah. So she's like,
Cristo Columbus.
they rode around in the Pinta around school and did a scavenger.
Nina, the
So
Santa
I started
movie.
singing the song. And she's like, how did you know about that?
Let me introduce you to this movie.
Yeah. Go around the world, say port to port.
Just
Refrain.
remember we're live.
Refrain.
All right,
I shared
to the
it.
Thing, and I'm gonna go to YouTube. Check it out. Make sure.
What's the name of their music? Their
Prestige Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Prestige
Remember I
Worldwide.
had that shirt?
You had a Prestige Worldwide shirt?
Yeah, from
That's
the place in
amazing.
the mall. Do you remember the old place in the t-shirt place in the mall? It was like the first one that ever opened up that I remember in the mall. It was like generic TVs, like screen printed. or
I
not
remember that
t-
spot.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I
It was
remember
upstairs in
like,
the mall.
looking at it.
It was
Well,
like Donkey Tees
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Donkey tees. But yeah, Zoe was like, how did you know about the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria?
Like,
Prestige
School,
Worldwide.
it's
school,
history.
school.
Prestige.
Prestige Worldwide.
I was very studious, honey.
Oh, man. We got a full show tonight.
3 dudes on the mic.
Oh, did we do our intro yet?
No.
No, I think it works better. I tried it the last time where I drop all the mics out when I play the music because we kind of drowned it out when we talk for
Let's
the intro
Let's do it.
of just this intro or whatever.
Push the button.
You can do what you want, but I was just,
Push the button.
well, drop the mics out when you hit the music for the opening.
Kansas
Make
is
it-
up by
If
3.
that's the case, I'll say this.
Missouri's
I got
coming
chocolate
back.
everywhere.
I went to leave my house and looked outside and I was like,
Yeah,
Kelly's next door.
pick
And
up,
he was like, what?
pick
I
up.
was like, and so is Kyle.
3 dudes
Oh,
on
they
the
were still there
mic.
too.
I was like, man,
Hot
Kelly's
bus
walking
taking
my yard.
flight. Joey,
Yeah, Ben
Josh,
had
and
his first
Brett.
T-ball meeting.
Talking
whatever,
God
with
all
all the
night.
players.
Oh, he's playing this year?
Yeah.
Lesson lessons
Cece's
too.
She's doing soccer.
Bible stories crew.
That's her.
Every episode.
Noah.
Something fresh
Oh, he
and
can't hear me
new.
right now, can he?
I'm gonna be in that one up there.
Promise on your feet. Spreading light and glee. Joey, Josh, and Brett. Talking scripture free. They got funny vibes. Christian tales with pride. Keep you entertained on this holy ride. Funny banter strong. You can't go wrong. Tune in every week for the sacred song. Promise on your feet. Spreading light and glee. Joey, Josh, and Brett. Talking scripture free.
Come over my way just a little bit.
How's it going, everybody?
There we go. All right.
Hello?
Welcome to Pond Bless Podcast. We're just a few guys that get together to share a little. I can't talk good. To share a little bit about our Christian faith, but more so, we try to tickle your funny bone with some clever things that we say.
Tickling it.
We
I'm
try
one of
to.
your hosts, Josh Williams,
I'm Joey Butch.
I'm Brett Dickman.
I'm Colin McCauley.
And Noah's
on
on the ones and twos.
on the ones and twos.
And threes tonight.
That's true.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. Feel live to comment in with us as we go through things, but more so, how's your guys' week been?
It's a fun week, you know. Like, this is the best 4 days of basketball of the whole year. The tournament's fun all throughout, but there's nothing like, you know, where they tip off at like noon or 1 p.m. and
Yeah.
they play until midnight or past midnight. And There's been some upsets already today. I had Clemson going real deep into the postseason here, into the tourney,
took
and
them all
they
the
are
way.
gone. No, I took them almost all the way.
Oh,
as
I
far as
thought
you
you
can
said all
take
the
them
way.
without taking them that far.
Because they beat Kentucky, and we all know that.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. So yeah, that's happening to me, which is nice. But yeah, how's your bracket?
Good.
Did you fill one out?
Yeah.
Did you fill 3 out?
Filled one out.
I didn't fill any out. It was like 12, 15, and I was like, oh, wait. Do I have time? Like, no.
You got to do it on the E ESPN app.
That's what they said.
I
Who fills out a paper bracket anymore?
me every year.
Spit everywhere.
I do.
I did a coin toss bracket this year just to
Because I
see how it
can't.
goes. Suffering succotash.
I was
Feel
looking
like
at
sugar,
a picture
I'm having a stroke.
of my bracket.
But no, the
What? That's
ninjas
the
or
other
butterflies
bracket. We
were
have
trying
two
to pull
brackets.
together
No,
a
that's
bracket
Reese's
like
peanut
everybody
butter.
that's on their Discord.
My bad.
They were trying to
Yeah.
pull together one to do that way, and I tried to get on it. And I was like, I was feeling one out for that because it seems like I've always figured that it was more so people that just guess that win anyway. They're
Pretty-
just like,
yeah,
oh,
pretty
I
much.
like
Yeah.
that.
There's no science.
I like Rams. Yay.
Does Warren Buffett still do he'll give $1 million to anyone that does a perfect bracket?
Yeah.
That used to be a thing he did
Howdy,
every
Karen.
year.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey to you too.
The statistics of it are impossible.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
why he
say
puts the
it's-
money up because it's never going to happen.
Right.
When
Yeah, it's-
Clemson went down, I'm sure more than half of the brackets.
My
became
first loss was
imperfect.
Louisville.
I picked Creighton. I called that one.
Did you see the thing where Houston could have not scored a point the whole second half and still won the game?
No.
Yeah.
Who did they play?
I don't know.
A 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it was a 16 seed, but
Oh, I
they
had VCU
they held them
too.
to 40 points, and Houston had 52 points at the half.
Whoa. I got to look up who they played. That's ridiculous.
You can Google it. It's worth a Google.
But anyway, so yeah, everybody's had a good week. I had a kid with a stomach bug all
A
week.
school I've never heard of.
That sucked.
Yeah. SIU Edwardsville.
You had the stomach bug.
Edie.
Oh,
Edie had the stomach bug. She's better now.
Which means
but,
you will have it in about 18 hours.
Probably not.
I hope not.
Well, because
Which means you'll have it in about 36 hours.
Nah, it should be good. I dipped myself in bleach.
I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy, but it works. Same way with poison ivy.
You shouldn't
Scratch
dip
all
yourself
over,
in
put
poison
some in
ivy.
a bathtub and then just get in.
Bleach?
Yeah,
I
not a
don't-
full jug.
and drink a
I don't
whole
think
lot
you
of
should
it.
do that.
Well, you shouldn't, but it works.
I don't.
If you don't want poison ivy, it gets rid of it.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson did?
Kind of.
Colin.
Wait, so it makes your nose little?
No. Oh, I am so nervous right now. What else happened
That's
this
how
week,
June
guys?
died.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything else to say besides?
Yeah, I do.
Anything you should say?
No.
If you have to think about it, the answer is no. If you have to pause and go,
So dipping yourself
Randy.
in bleach
Probably
makes
not
you
good.
like Michael Jackson.
no, I don't think. I mean,
Does it
they did
also
pigmentation augmentation on him, but probably not.
Does it also make you like little kids?
Probably not. Do we have to say allegedly for that?
I mean, I like my little
Allegedly.
I don't think he was ever proven.
I hate
But-
most little kids, but so it didn't
Oh.
work on me. But no, we used to try that with bleach all the time if we had poison ivy really bad.
How much
kinda-
bleach do you have
Just
at
like
your
a lot.
house?
Dry
I
it
couldn't
out.
fill a bathtub.
You
with
don't wait. You,
You
don't,
don't-
swig a thing of
wait.
bleach when you brush your teeth.
Wait, you assumed
No.
I meant fill an entire bathtub with bleach.
That's what you said.
How do you use bleach? You put a cap in.
Oh.
Like, you don't put a lot. You just
Okay,
put some.
I'm picturing you just like upending a whole
No.
Yeah, that would,
gallon of it.
that would hurt you. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty. It would burn you.
It would kill you.
Like the fumes would kill you probably before anything else did. And then it would just,
Have you ever tried to take an oatmeal
Can't say what I was
bath?
gonna say.
huh?
An oatmeal bath for poison ivy or poison ivy?
I don't get poison ivy.
Well,
Praise the Lord.
Okay. If you do, an oatmeal bath is a good remedy too. But you
Yeah.
know how you do that? You put the oatmeal in a sock and dip it in the water
Mhm.
and soak it. You don't pour oatmeal
Like a
in the
tea bag?
tub. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like a tea bag.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because
What's
the
a
first-
tea bag?
Come here.
You
I'll
don't
show you.
drink tea?
I'll show you. But no, we figured that out when my friend from Thailand had
You brought
poison
tea?
ivy really bad. We
brought
were getting
tea.
ready to pour the oatmeal into the tub, and it was like, wait a minute, how are we going to get this out without it going down the drain?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh wait, you put it in a sock and just soak it in the water.
Do you guys get
becomes-
poison ivy?
No.
I do.
Really? You know, it's only a 25% chance that Noah gets it like death. Like literally, like
Mr. Allergic to eggs. Of course, he's allergic to.
dude. No, like his. What did your doctor tell you about the last one? His almost turns into like.
Worst case.
It looks like he's a leopard. I'm not even. Usually when people say it's the
I
worst
think
case
you
ever, I
have
don't
leprosy.
believe it. It looks like his skin is just like sardine canning off.
Have
his
you guys
arm.
seen the new Jason Bateman commercial?
With the Batman?
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
seen
it's
that.
funny. At the end of it, he's like his face is all swollen and he's talking to Poison Ivy. He's like,
Oh.
"Oh, I get it."
She is
Jason-
Poison Ivy.
Somebody called for Jason or for
Bateman, not Batman.
Oh, I get the joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who do you want to do a segment first?
Josh, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Or wait, should we split up the brackets?
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
split up the
Okay,
bracket.
I'll go first then. Let's
right.
hit it now.
Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say.
That's weird. I heard it through my microphone.
It's outside. Yeah, that's
It's
one
a
of them like
big
dropping.
metal
Yeah,
clang,
it's
yeah.
out across the street.
No, I
They're
heard the music.
running those forklifts. All right, here we go. So
Forklifts.
in the spirit of
Forklift?
no,
Like
in
an
the
insult.
spirit
That's
of
not what I mean.
bracketology,
Forklifts.
we have 2 brackets for you guys tonight. 16 team brackets, so we can keep it on a good time schedule here. But the first one, I don't want to reveal the second one yet, but the first one is going to be a states bracket. So what I did is I went through all 50 states, narrowed it down.
Shout out to Brandon Moore for the idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Narrowed it down to 16 of those states, picked kind of at random. So famous, big ones, ones that are close to us, stuff like that. So I narrowed it down to 16 teams here.
We don't
And what I
have
want
pins.
us to do is just go through
Do we need pins?
and Noah, will you toss them pencils or pens from that cup, please? Thank you. And I don't want this to be very scientific. I want it to just literally be like, oh, I like this state better, or I've been here and it's nice, or I've been here and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I want like it doesn't have to be for any legitimate reason. Like you can just dislike something or like something for no reason here. So I'm going to call out matchups, and we're going to take a vote. Noah, if we tie, you're going to be the tiebreaker because there's 5 of us here. Everybody get it?
Yep.
Got it? Good. Okay. And if you're watching online, type in which state you like and want to win and why. Here we
We'll
go.
read it 30 seconds later.
The first matchup is California versus Montana. So
Montana.
Montana.
The way I seeded these was by population. Wait, you guys are already writing Montana down?
Oh, yeah, it wins.
Yes,
Nobody
it won.
likes.
Nobody
no-
likes.
Hold on.
And
Okay.
Montana takes the color.
Pros and cons here, right? California, gorgeous state.
Yeah,
big,
perfect
lots of
weather all the
territory,
time.
lots of income.
Freaks.
Downside,
It's California.
Hollywood. It's California.
Pedophiles.
Lots
Expensive.
of that. Lots of that.
Maps. They prefer
Expensive.
maps.
Yep. Yep. Montana, upside,
Beautiful mountains.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not super populated.
air.
Very clean. Very safe.
California has bad air.
Yes, it does. And downside of Montana, it's out there. It's hard to get to. Probably not a lot of stuff to do if you
Stuck
don't
in the
like
snow.
outdoor stuff. Ooh, but that snow's so pretty. So, yeah. We're gonna unanimously pick Montana,
Montana,
here.
yeah.
All right. I would call that.
Montana.
I would call that an upset, but I don't know
only
why.
learned because of Joe.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
Joe Montana.
Matchup number 2 is Tennessee versus Georgia.
Tennessee.
Now, great football game, great basketball game, but we're not talking about sports. We're talking about the states themselves.
You're the only 10 I see.
Thank you. So Tennessee pros, Gatlinburg,
Not
the
a big
Smoky
peach fan, Brett.
Mountains.
Not a big peach fan.
All right, the
peaches
woods
and
there are
shine.
great.
Peaches and cream, bro.
For some reason, Gatlinburg turned into like the moonshine.
I was thinking that-
who loves peaches and
I was thinking of
cream.
the other song,
Oh,
Peaches and Cream. You don't know that song?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, you guys are white.
I am.
Yep.
Yeah. that's-
100%.
okay. All right.
So Tennessee wins
This
that
one's a
one.
little more difficult because they
I'm going
border
Georgia.
each other. I do have some pros of Tennessee said those. Cons of Tennessee,
good for him.
low
No.
education level just across the board. That is statistic. I'm not taking a shot at
It's
Tennessee.
also Kentucky.
Family
Yes,
goes deep
I agree.
there.
Yeah, I do. I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee a lot.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Georgia.
Do I get to say why I went Georgia?
Yeah, we're going to Georgia now. So
Oh.
pros of Georgia. Go ahead.
They have a beach.
Now we're starting to get into that territory where we have, beach.
Have you
versus
ever
not
been
beach.
to Mississippi, Georgia, that area's beach?
It's gross.
Not good.
And
But
only
they
have
have a
bit of
beach.
Only a little bit. Right?
Tennessee doesn't have a beach.
So do we technically if you walk down a riverbank.
That doesn't count.
No.
That doesn't
Sand
count
and
at
water.
all.
No,
That doesn't
no,
count.
no, no, no.
I have family lives in Georgia. I
It's
like going
scary.
down there.
So do I write Georgia or do I have to write what everybody else writes?
We'll decide together. So we have to
I
vote.
think I'm
on
outvoted.
Yeah,
so
that. You're voting Georgia. I'm going to vote Tennessee.
Well, of course
Yeah.
you are.
Okay, cool.
Because you like the color orange.
Well, also I like their soil better.
Oh yeah, that's a good reason.
It is.
Soil?
You can't dig
Red
in
clay.
southern
I just really like the soil there.
nerds. Okay, here we go.
We're
Matchup.
nerds.
There are bears in Tennessee. I think
True,
there's
that's
bears in
true.
Georgia too, right? There's got to be.
Not as many as in
Yeah, you're
Tennessee.
All right, matchup number 3: Illinois versus Maryland.
One got in mom's car last time we went.
I know. That's why I matched
I'm
them
gonna
up.
say Illinois. just because.
Chicago.
So
Yeah.
yeah, pros of Illinois, big city. I think it's the third biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
And so if you like that type of lifestyle, then Illinois is for you.
Ooh.
But if you live outside of Chicago, a lot of people struggle with that because Chicago kind of runs the whole state, but a lot of people that live outside of it don't necessarily have the same
Have you guys ever been to Baltimore? So Baltimore reminds me a lot of Cincinnati.
Really? Like bigger, just big Cincy?
It's like, no, it's smaller, I think.
No, there's no way.
It seems smaller.
No.
For sure.
The main downtown
Yeah.
seems smaller, but it still spreads
The
out
good
way
thing,
bigger.
a good thing about Chicago, while Joey's looking that up, is they police themselves.
Baltimore has almost 600,000 people in it.
Okay.
The metro population though is 2.8 million. So it's the 20th largest city in the country. Whereas Cincinnati metro population, that's not that,
Cincinnati.
the metro
That's wrong.
population
Come
of
on, Illinois and
Cincinnati
Maryland.
is 2.3 million. So yeah, there's only 500,000 different. I thought Baltimore was bigger than that.
I vote Illinois.
I'm going to vote Maryland.
I'm going Illinois.
going-
Awesome
Illinois.
beaches and better food.
Yeah, you're outvoted. Fred, Illinois.
That's all right. I'll take an L there. Illinois.
Boston's the only thing that made Maryland go down.
What did?
Boston.
Massachusetts.
Boston's in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, Illinois.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. I said
Actually,
the wrong place.
hey, everybody mark Oregon off and put in Massachusetts. That'll be a better matchup.
Okay, let's all
I don't know
this
how to
together.
spell it.
Just put mass. Just put MASS. That's what everybody does. Okay, everybody got real nervous right there.
Is it MISS?
Yeah. All right, we got Florida versus Michigan here.
Florida, all day.
Wow. Do I even need to do the pros and cons of that
No.
one?
No.
Or we-
No,
Josh, are you
there's
voting
already
for
3 votes. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay. all
Yeah,
right.
Michigan's cool. It's got the lakes, but
Michigan. I was gonna say Michigan's really cool to get wiped like
Everybody around here always vacationed in Florida though. Like
Yeah.
we
that. Florida is. I mean,
Here's
I like
the
Florida.
reason for Tennessee and Florida that we're not discussing. No state taxes. If we're gonna move, you go to
True.
one of those states.
He's
True.
right. He's right. He's right. Okay,
Especially
here we go.
you, Josh.
Texas, same way, right?
Yeah, Texas.
Speaking of Texas, how about Texas versus Arizona?
Texas.
I figured that would be. Yeah,
I already wrote it down.
we don't really need to spend time there.
Oh, come on.
And we don't even
Seriously,
need to
compare
discuss the
these
All right,
two?
Kentucky versus Pennsylvania. Similar coal states.
Yeah.
I know we're biased. We live in Kentucky.
Here,
I agree.
The Kentucky-
I know
listen.
off the
No, it
top
says
of-
Pennsylvania sucks.
Kentucky's got the Wildcats.
Yes, preach.
Pennsylvania has the Steelers, so we can get rid of them.
I agree.
Kentucky-
And Philadelphia's gross.
Kentucky
Sorry, Philly.
has Pod Bless as well.
but Dunder Mifflin.
Live every Thursday night.
A
Have you been to
fictitious.
Scranton?
No.
All right, here we go. New York versus Massachusetts. The Electric City.
I'm gonna say
Scranton.
I'm gonna say
Electric-
Massachusetts.
Okay,
It is
pros
a
of New
toss-up
York.
on that one.
Largest city in the country, commerce capital of the world. If you like city life, New York is where you want to go.
Don't. So
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. Also, big state. You can live if you live upstate. It's very much like trees and not city at all, right?
Yeah.
Just the one
But
section.
I mean,
is-
these also are right by each other.
yeah. Massachusetts is much smaller. They do have really high tax rates. It's expensive to live there. They do have Boston though, and my preference every day. Boston every day over New York.
Yeah.
Like I've been to both cities quite a few times, and I'd much rather go to Boston any day.
But New
Boston
York
Harbor.
had 9/11, and that is
Boston had the Boston bombing.
yeah. We
Marathon.
don't we don't care about that.
I care. That guy.
Let's do a pros
Are
and
you talking
cons
about
of
the
in-laws were
9/11.
at the marathon when that
Terrorist
happened, and then when the
Next
guy got
bracket.
found in the boat, that was in one of my my brother-in-law's like neighborhood. Like they
wasn't-
heard the gunshot.
You're
exchange.
comparing the World Trade Center
No, no, no.
and
You
the
just,
Boston
they're both terrorist
Marathon.
attacks. They're just both terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, we're
Which
not
one was
comparing.
better though?
I would rather live in Massachusetts than New York, but
I'm
I'm.
outvoted here, so we'll
What
go
did you vote?
Massachusetts. I'm going New York.
What you got? What did you?
Mass.
All right, nice.
He can't because he can't spell choose.
A group of white guys picked Boston. Okay, and then we have Ohio versus Maine. This one
Maine.
is a tough one for me.
Okay, we'll pick
I spend a lot of time in Ohio, but I really don't like a lot of that time.
One of the pros of Ohio, there's a ton of celebrities that come out of there.
Yeah,
especially in comics,
presidents,
world and stuff like that.
astronauts,
And
funny people.
like Northern Ohio. I like Northern Ohio.
Yeah.
Like not like Akron, but like wooded.
Cincinnati
northern.
does have a soft spot for me. Like if I have to
I mean-
identify with a city, like
Yeah.
Cincy is my city.
No, I always.
We can't say we're from. Oh,
Right.
we're from Covington.
Yeah.
No, it's like now I'm from Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I took when I went to college in Maine.
Yeah.
Open.
I feel like Maine is just
Full
pretty.
disclosure.
Maine is really nice.
Maine's gorgeous, and they have an ocean.
Yeah, we're going Maine.
I think I'm gonna go Maine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going Maine.
Yep,
okay.
Maine.
I'm just gonna put man No, I'm just kidding.
Maine. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. We'll go faster now. Montana versus Tennessee. So we have
Ooh.
close mountains that we all like and have a connection to, or Montana, way out there, big mountains. Appalachians.
I'm gonna say Montana.
versus-
Montana.
I'm
Rockies.
going Montana.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Tennessee, but
John Denver was full of.
Illinois versus Florida.
Florida.
Okay. That one. Yep. Texas versus Kentucky. How many guns can we fit into one battle here?
Texas.
Like,
I'm going Texas.
Ooh.
I can't go. I don't want to
If
go.
if we're gonna go this way, Kentucky's just gonna win.
not necessarily.
I mean,
Texas
it's gonna
is
go up
big.
against Florida
Texas
after
is
that.
awesome.
I'm going
Kentucky's
Kentucky.
definitely
No.
getting to the finals on my bracket.
I'm going Kentucky. That's my vote. I'm voting Kentucky.
I'm going Texas just because you're going Kentucky.
Okay,
Josh?
I'm gonna go Kentucky.
Oh,
Noah.
Noah, break it. Kentucky
the-
or Texas?
Kentucky or Texas.
Oh,
He's like, I wasn't listening.
Randy says Kentucky too.
Oh,
No, Randy said Ohio builds character.
I'm going Kentucky.
Yes.
But just because we don't have an open border.
Well,
Good
they don't
call.
either.
They don't
anymore.
either anymore.
Yeah. All right.
We
Massachusetts
don't have
versus
oceans.
Maine. These are two New England states.
Maine.
This is easy for me. Maine all day.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
lived-
going
yeah.
Maine for sure. I love their hockey teams.
The Black Bears.
Inside story.
All right. Final four here: Montana, Florida, Kentucky, and
It's
Maine.
gonna be a Kentucky Florida matchup.
All right,
I don't
Montana
know.
versus
I don't know.
Florida.
I'm still on
I
Montana.
I think I might go Montana also.
Florida is cool, but Montana, man, I just
If
like
you
that.
if you asked me
Yeah.
right now, if you said you have to move to one of these two states,
Montana.
it would be
I mean,
hard not to
Florida
go to
is
Montana.
great, but this the solitude of
I
Montana.
don't want to live in Florida though. I want to visit. I
Yeah.
want to
You,
live.
That's
once
true.
you've been to Florida, you've
You-
seen Florida.
Right.
Yeah. Are we about to put
right,
Montana
we're
in
all
the
going
I'm
championship?
telling you, man.
I just threw them in there for fun.
I'll book a flight to Montana right
You should have put Wyoming in. That would have been
Wyoming
a good
would've been
Or
easy.
competitor
Idaho,
for
Boise, I heard really cool.
Oh yeah, Idaho would have been good.
All right, Kentucky versus Maine.
I
I've
love
lived in both
potatoes.
of these states.
Kentucky.
They're both great.
Maine.
I'm gonna say Kentucky too.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Just
I
because
gotta go
it's our
Kentucky. I'm
hometown.
sorry.
Maine, for sure.
Sorry, Brett. You lost.
Colin, what are you doing?
Kentucky.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's 3.
All right.
Now it's
Our
Kentucky versus
final is
Montana.
Montana versus Kentucky.
So now in this concept, Montana does have beautiful mountains and solitude, but Kentucky does give you that all around.
And you're much closer to other civilizations.
If you want to be totally disconnected from the world, don't go to the Appalachian Mountains. You go out to the western end of Kentucky that doesn't really exist.
There's a West Kentucky.
Yeah, I know, right? You go past 75, there's a
between
whole
the two
other
lakes.
half of the state.
What?
Isn't that in Western Kentucky? The
What is it?
Land between
Land
two
between the two
Land
lakes.
between the lakes. I don't think it says the two lakes.
Well, land between the lakes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like Arkansas is gonna win, Brett. They won.
So-
Arkansas
Are
won.
you
For,
serious?
for the overall of everything you get, I'm saying Kentucky. Montana is amazing, and the mountains are way better than the hills.
I'm going full homer here. Give me Kentucky.
Give me Montana.
Montana.
Noah
Oh, it's a split, Kentucky or Montana.
for the win.
Montana.
Oh, I wrote Ken already.
I said Joe Montana.
All right, Montana wins our state bracket here.
So,
I'm okay with that.
so hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we could afford to live out there. It's like super
I'm writing it down
expensive.
because then it's official.
Yeah. All right, Montana, well done.
No. If we make it big on Pod Bless, we're moving the show to Montana. That's what.
Nudio 7.0 is in the
I would
Rockies.
also go Salt Lake City. They have Utah.
I did not put Utah
Yeah,
in
the
there.
Rockies.
can you guys scoot your tables
I know,
just
I
a
feel
hair
like-
this way?
Where?
I want to move the camera, but it's hard to
This
get to.
way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move both tables slightly this way. And
Yeah, if we make it big, we're moving to Montana. The show's
Seth would be
Montana.
like in all day.
No, it
there
wasn't
you go. That's
He
good.
here
loves
for part of
Montana.
the success. So
All right. So that's our first bracket of the day.
You
The next
wanna-
one's going to be a little different, a little more intense. But I say we go to Josh's segment next.
Oh, you want to go into Collins? He's got the biblical one.
Actually, yeah, Colin, you're right. Why don't
Yeah,
you go,
we've not
Colin?
had Colin in a while. He
Uh,
doesn't have music.
He doesn't have music, so just go ahead, Colin.
I'll sing
You're
for
good.
him.
Sing. Take it away, Brett.
Colin.
All right.
Is there a song with your name in it? Colin, maybe?
There is. I made it last week.
Call me on my cell phone.
You've been calling me up.
Calling me.
Calling me through the phone.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. It's Colin.
That's a different song, Joey.
So what's your segment, Colin?
678-999-212.
My segment is so biblical. It's why did God hide Moses' body whenever he passed away?
Did he hide Moses' body? Are you
Did
sure
he?
that's true?
Buried Moses.
Where
That's
are
what
the
it says.
bodies, God?
That's what it says in Deuteronomy.
We are talking about
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 34, verse 5, it says, "And Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in Moab, and as the Lord had said, he buried him in Moab in the valley opposite. But to this day, no one knows where his grave is."
So the subject is why would God do that?
He
So
was
the first question
disappointed
should
in
be,
Moses.
did God do that? Right?
Is that the King James?
No, that is the
It
NIV.
says it in the Bible, Joey.
You just said it. Yeah.
I did a little very
You
quick
can't always
digging here
believe.
into the commentary.
You're the pastor here.
No, so the passage could be translated as he buried him, but it could also be translated as they buried him. So the two different
Trinity.
ways that could be.
So it could have been the
it could
Holy
be read
Spirit.
as God actually buried him, secluded him away so people couldn't find his body, or it could be read as a small group of Hebrews buried him.
Doesn't
and
it
then
literally
didn't tell
say
anybody
God
where
read
It
him?
does.
Or God buried him?
If you look
What
into the
concordance?
hold on, keep talking while I find.
I think somebody's trying to frame the Bible into a weird way.
The statement "he buried him" could imply that Yahweh himself buried Moses. Others have suggested that the verb should be plural, as they buried him.
The
Who's
Holy-
others?
Or,
Oh, a suggestion?
the Samaritan Pentateuch has it that way.
God's
And
like, I'm
then-
not digging this hole by myself.
or
Get over
tra-
here, Jesus.
or translated it as "he was buried" in another translation. So it's and this is the kicker here. Regardless, the location of his burial place was kept secret. So whether God buried him or a small group of people did doesn't make the difference.
Right.
The truth is he was hidden. So
Right.
the core of your concept is correct.
Right.
So, but it says that nobody knows where it does not.
That's
right?
the important part. Is that
That
nobody
knows. So if it was they, as in they buried him, nobody knows. That would be an inaccurate statement because then somebody
It
does
says,
know.
To this day, no one knows where his grave is. So
Yes.
it doesn't mean that people didn't. There could have been two people that buried him and then just didn't tell anybody, and that would mean
But
the same
then,
thing.
then the Bible's lying because it says nobody knows.
No, it says to this day, nobody knows.
All right, so
Choose
the question I'm bringing up is why? Why?
I have
Why-
ideas,
why
but
do
I
we
want you guys
think-
to go first.
Why would we think that God would bury Moses? and hide
Because
his
he was
body.
one of the most important people of the
I'm
Old
okay with that
Testament.
word, yeah.
Because I mean, God communed with him in person. So he went up on the mountaintop. He talked to him in person. He was like, "Hey, here's these tablets." He brought down 3. Got mad, dropped 1. He's like, "All right, come back up." He's like, "I'm only doing 2 now. That's 3's too many." That's not biblical. I'm just joking. But he did commune with
You said
God
it with
on the
good confidence,
mountaintop of what was it?
Zion?
Zion. It wasn't Zion, was
No.
it?
Sinai.
Sinai.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what you were asking me there for a second.
Yeah, where was they met on top of the mountain. And just he was one of the closest people to God, I feel like, besides like Adam and Eve.
There was some
But
real direct
that's a
conversation.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Went on the mountaintop, hung out for a long time. So long, in fact, that the Israelite people turned on him.
They thought they were like, "Well, he's not coming back. He
Yeah.
definitely died up there."
He's been gone for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long time in our day.
Anybody got any of that gold left over from Egypt? Let's turn into an
So
idol.
I could see that
Even
though as
image.
God respecting the fact of who he was and didn't want anybody to disturb it. It's like, hey, you're my dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of you.
I didn't see that angle. I like that.
But
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
your
he didn't
thought?
want to give it back to the people.
Right.
They didn't deserve him. Is that?
I mean, honestly,
They turned on him. They weren't listening.
And maybe there's a chance that they could have defiled his grave. Like if things didn't work out, maybe they go back and try to do some weird
they were
like
pretty wicked back then.
I mean they would turn to like different faiths frequently. They would leave like the protection, not the protection of the Lord, but like belief in him
Yeah.
for other like pagan beliefs. And
Yep.
so
Yeah.
maybe they would like do some weird like maybe we can bring him back if we
Do you have a thought on what it is?
Yeah, I've got 4.
Oh,
I've got 4.
Before you get there, I think also it was to protect him from his body from being desecrated by enemies.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things that happened while Moses was alive as he was guiding the Israelites through everything. And so maybe there were some enemies or people that didn't like him as much that might go back and really do some bad things to his grave
Randy
and
says-
disrespect him. And so
Randy says allegedly.
let's hear your
All right.
let's hear it.
So I have 4 different theories as to why. So it says God himself buried him to prevent idolatry.
Idolatry?
Idolatry.
Idolatry?
Yeah.
Idolatry.
A Dollar Tree.
A
They're
dollar.
everywhere.
And then they put a Dollar Tree on it, and they'll never find him.
They're so aggressive.
They just built a new one on
so
25.
Yeah.
God did it for a Dollar Tree.
So people didn't like build a like
Yeah.
a monument there
Like
or
so the Jewish people, because he let them out, he was their leader.
like
Yeah.
literally worshing that
Right.
in his bones instead
That's
of
true.
God.
They
So-
really
Yep.
would have.
That's my number one.
Yep.
I got a wizard staff.
And
His thigh bone.
You're a wizard, Moses.
you're always
I got his staff. Check this out.
Hagrid.
You're a wizard steward.
The second one I have is to show that God was Israel's true leader.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh yeah, because he was the one they were all looking to, and it's
Right.
like, oh no, wait, now I don't want you guys to make him same concept.
Same concept.
I don't
Yeah.
want to make you into an
Right.
idol.
And then, then there's also, so wasn't there a battle for Moses's body? That's a,
It doesn't say anything about that.
I'm pretty sure.
The Battle of Shroot Farms.
Street Farms.
Because
Joshua did
I
fit the
can-
battle
I
of
can
Jericho.
sure dig.
Archangel Michael. I don't know if this is real. Archangel
we are
Michael
getting some territory
you
now.
fought
left it off-
Satan
you
over
let it
Moses'
off of-
body because he wanted to
In the book
like
of Enoch.
dissuade Israel.
You're saying
You
Wait,
let off
say that
with
again. Say that last
Archangel
line again.
Michael.
There was a spiritual battle for Moses'
Are you saying there's a
body.
spiritual battle for his body?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
angels and demons
I'm
fighting.
gonna have to do. Hold on.
Who's
So God hid him
Archangel
away.
Michael?
Michael?
It's the one who
He's
guards the
the
heaven.
yeah.
Or he was
Isn't
sent
that
down
Peter?
to guard the Garden of
Huh?
Eden.
Peter.
Peter's the guy
There's
at the gate.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah,
Was it
Michael
Peter?
was an archangel.
No, I'm
Jude-
saying, isn't
Jude-
Peter the
Jude
garter of
1:9
heaven?
recounts a dispute between
I don't know.
the archangel
Peter's
Michael
at the
and the devil.
Golden Gates.
Yeah,
What?
he's the
Or
garter of
ex-
heaven. Right?
Jude
I don't know.
9.
That's
Jude
the
9?
story that
Yeah,
everybody
hold on,
uses
go
all
on.
the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peter's at the gates letting you in. It's like, well, but you
Sorry,
go
I
before
don't
the
have
throne of
to-
God.
No, you're good.
Everybody's
I
gonna
should've
be mad
given
when
you-
it's not Peter.
That's okay. Yeah.
It's
If
Archangel
I was
Michael.
thinking, I would have looked at that. Wasn't John Travolta Michael?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good movie. But yeah, the
I didn't
archangel
see it,
Michael,
by
he
the
was
way.
used in the Bible
I just
many
heard of
different
it.
times.
Did they ever make another episode of that one show where Moses is there in the desert?
The
Oh,
where
the
it's like
funny
The
one?
Office.
I don't think they've made the second season yet.
Wait, they did a whole season?
I think they do have a full season.
I only
It's
saw
on
an,
YouTube.
I only saw an episode.
You've not seen that? So they redid the guys who made the Passion of the Christ, or not the Passion of the Christ. No,
Chosen.
Mel
the
Gibson.
Chosen, the one your mom.
Oh,
likes,
yeah, yeah.
The Chosen and my mom.
Oh,
They did a funny one about Moses and the people being out in the desert for 40 years, but it's shot like The Office.
It's really fun. It's really funny.
what's it on?
It's on YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh,
It was the same people made a side project and did that. It was really good.
find anything?
Yeah, I'm
Changed
just
his religion
yeah.
just now. He's got that look on his face like, oh no,
I've been teaching wrong this entire time.
I'm a heretic.
Keep talking.
He's got to go look up. He's getting a bigger book out now.
All right, so here, this is my fourth one.
Gotta go to the vault.
So my fourth. That's why that's in
He's got
here.
to go pray real quick in the vault.
So my fourth one is the foreshadowing of Jesus. Moses' death was a prophetic purpose. So he led the people to the promised land, but he was not allowed to enter. Instead, Joshua led them in. And this foreshadows Jesus bringing everybody to the real promised land, heaven. Those are my four.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with. I believed a lot of weirder things. So I'm like, God buried Moses makes sense to me. Did a lot of crazy things while he was
This is what
alive,
I did
too.
at work today because I sat in a computer chair all day.
Oh, so you looked up some biblical
I was
stuff.
just looking up a bunch of different
Colin found his Christianity again.
If you tell me God didn't bury Moses, I'm not going to church anymore. You try to change my thoughts. What's Randy saying down here?
Stump Joey.
Oh,
and now it does. That's my.
this is your new thing.
That's what I'm going to do every week.
Every
I'm going
week
to try
is
to stump Joey.
Do it. You're going
I'm
to know
going
the
to come
Bible
up with
better
a
than
bunch
me.
of different obscure biblical things
Everything
that
from
make
the book
Joey
of-
have to. And I'm not going to tell him about it before. So he
From
has-
it's all from the Book of Enoch. You're just bringing in all this stuff. Kelly's getting into the Book of Enoch, not like in her daily devotion thing. They're talking a lot about like the Nephilim and stuff like that. She's like, "Did you know this?" I'm like, "Yeah, Like, I've been doing this.
I've been a
rhetoric for
YouTube
long
warrior
time.
for this for the past 6 years.
I'm so glad you're on my side now." She's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." Are you having troubles?
Are you gonna come back to the show, or are you gonna?
Is it in Swahili?
No, I
Is
love
it in
it.
Swahili?
This is like one of my favorite things to do.
Are you reading Mein Kampf?
Mein Kampf. Not
Mein
Kempf.
Kampf. Ah, dang it.
Gosh, Brett, way to fumble that.
My Kampf.
It was just a softball waiting for you to hit.
That's the
Man.
sequel.
Mein Kampf.
Oh my goodness.
That
I
was a
wonder
good
what that
segment.
means in German. It's probably something really funny.
Probably nothing.
We can save mine
My
for next
struggle.
week
That's a
if we want
good.
to.
That's a good segment, Colin. Well done.
Are you gonna elaborate on?
Oh
your-
no, not until I do much more research.
Oh, okay.
On it. Yeah,
He'll
no.
come back to you next week.
Until I'm much
Good.
Yeah,
I'll have another one next week.
I will be refreshed. I'll be refreshed.
He's not going to be able to preach Sunday because he's distraught.
You come in and just like half of my beard's ripped out.
He's got a lip just pouch full.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like,
His wife's texting us, have you seen Joey? He never came home. He's got the candles burning at both ends. Oh.
good segment, man. That was
That
good
was
stuff.
good.
You want to do another bracket?
It's
That'll mix it up.
it's 22. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't know. Can we handle this one? This one's pretty intense.
Yeah, I got this. I can guide you all through this. We're gonna be
I
fine.
bet
The
you
Joey
can.
music again.
I got a double today.
Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say.
All right.
Like
You
said,
know what
nailed
March
it,
Madness
Colin.
makes me think of?
Basketball.
No, dictators.
Yeah, because college coaches are pretty rough on their
They are
players.
pretty rough, actually.
Oh, cool.
So what this is going to be, and we want to make sure we state this correctly from the beginning. We are not saying that any of these people are good or that any of them did good
This
things.
is a disclaimer.
a bracket?
What we're saying is
One of these guys is gonna win.
I know, no, but winning is bad in this scenario.
No,
okay?
it's actually it's
We
kind of
probably
good.
should not do this.
You want to just hit my
It's
music?
It's the best of the worst.
No, so what we're gonna do is talk about historical figures who really existed, and we're gonna compare them against one another and decide which one had the most negative impact on the world while they were alive.
So the best of the worst.
I don't like saying the word "best" in this,
It's
so
been
I
a
think
good
we can
4 years,
I think we
guys.
could find a better way.
It's the best of the worst.
So all of these people were pretty terrible, and they did some pretty terrible things. We're not glorifying them in any way. We are just talking about it from a historical perspective. Josh, are you going to be able to
I
make
didn't even think of it until we started it, and I'm like, wait,
it?
one of these people
we don't
has
have
to
do
win.
it. Should we just nix it?
I'm sorry you just joined for us to get canceled so soon.
We can not do it. There's whole podcasts about dictators. Like there's whole shows
Not
that
this
just
one.
revolve around.
Yeah, we're not that podcast.
Okay. All right, we can move on.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for
No,
it.
now I'm scared. Y'all got me
Aw.
scared now. I didn't think this was
You weren't
inappropriate.
afraid before. Let's
Is this
go for it.
inappropriate?
You made a whole list, so let's
I'm
do
a
it.
historical.
You checked it twice.
I like history.
We got some comments coming in. What is everybody saying?
As opposed to historical figures that didn't exist. She's right. That was redundant. I'm sorry.
And then Randy says,
Does the most negative impact win is a weird. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't. Now I don't want to do it. Now
it's a slippery
now I don't want to do it.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Hitler.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know if I like the position that puts us in. By the way,
Congratulations,
not who I would
Mussolini.
pick to win. Not who I would pick to win on this
Why
list.
not? I already know who.
Because-
I know who I would have win.
Who? Point to him. Oh, I'm going here.
Time out. How did you rank
Way
these?
more people.
I ranked them on the people I think they killed.
Yeah, about saying killed the most. And, like who's number one?
Yeah,
Super bad.
I'm afraid now. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this
It's
anymore. I don't want to do this
Joseph
anymore.
Stalin is the number one seed.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
let's go for
Going
it. Too late.
against-
Randy said send it. Let's send it.
No, you
I didn't think this was. I let him.
Colin's just Colin's
I
being
didn't think
woke.
this was inappropriate.
Church podcast.
Is this inappropriate?
It's not inappropriate.
They're like, okay, this is history.
We're-
No, we're good.
You bring
We're
up Hitler
ranking-
every week.
I
Let's
don't.
just go.
Okay.
We're ranking.
It's not my job.
We're ranking the best dictators.
No,
The best worst
No,
dictators.
that's, yeah, say it right. See, that's.
We're nominating the worst dictator.
Yeah,
So,
so
here's
this
what
person
happened.
is the worst person ever.
That like
basically.
ever existed.
So in
Yes,
the first
yes.
two, it's like, okay, who was
Yes,
worse?
yes.
Okay, so
So-
that's clear. Who is the worst
Like
dictator?
they're the worst.
We
So
have a bracket.
This came up because we listened to other podcasts, and there's a show that just like talks about dictators. It's called Dictators, and they teach you about. Is this the
There's a
Dundies?
show that just talks about dictators.
Yeah.
That's called Dictators.
And it's really informative. And like, if you don't
Real on the
know,
nose name.
yeah,
They knocked that one out of the park.
if you don't know about it, then you can't guard against it in the future. So take this as educational. Joseph Stalin, who was the dictator in Russia post World War II and during World War II, versus Kim Jong Un, who is the current dictator of North Korea.
I don't think the current dictator has a lot of weight. I'm going to go with Joseph Stalin.
Yeah,
on
that
this
one's
one.
easy.
He does have a lot of weight.
He
though.
is pretty heavy set, but
That
I feel
one's
like his predecessors, his father and his grandfather, were way worse.
Yes.
He's just filling in the spot. So I'm going to go with OJS.
Do you have pictures Joey, why is Hitler your screensaver?
No. So Stalin is one of those people that definitely benefited from existing at the same time as Hitler because he did some terrible, terrible things that got overshadowed because of the terrible, terrible things that Hitler did.
Okay.
Napoleon, I see Napoleon as more of an emperor than a dictator, but he's
Yes.
put on the list versus Saddam Hussein.
I'm gonna say Saddam.
I'm telling
Even
you
though
guys,
Saddam.
I'm going Napoleon.
I probably would go Napoleon. Saddam was more ruthless, but he was also planted by us.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like the U.S.
I'm voting
planted
Napoleon.
I'm
Saddam
going
Hussein
Napoleon
in
because
power.
he's dynamite. Is that what you're
Oh,
saying, Brett? You've
wow.
not said anything.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying not to get canceled.
Brett, this was your idea.
It was your idea.
Goodness.
Okay,
Okay,
the next seat.
so we have Fidel Castro, who was the dictator of Cuba for quite some time, from like 59 to when did he die? He died a while, like
He died in-
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, like just a terrible human being. Did terrible, terrible things. Versus Francisco Franco, who was a dictator in Spain for quite some time in
was
fascist
he like
Spain.
a pedophile or something like that?
I
Franco?
don't know of that.
Oh, that's
I would
James
say-
No,
Franco.
James was the
my
one
bad.
allegedly.
He wasn't
yeah.
a dictator.
I would go ahead and just make a mental note that half of these guys were probably pedophiles. As well.
True.
Wasn't James Franco in a movie called The Dictator though?
He was.
Oh, he
But that was
was.
about Kim
Callback.
Jong Il.
Yeah, that's got to be Castro there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Castro.
All right, we're going over to Asia. So how do you say the name? The way we say it is Genghis Khan.
No, it's Genghis.
It's actually Chenghis. Did you know
Changus?
that?
Like
yes,
CH?
I listened to a podcast this
wanna
week
go with
about him,
Chungus.
and they said that's the right way to say it, and I'm like,
Anus.
nah,
It's
I'm not
Anus
saying it
Khan.
that
They
way.
hate us because they ain't.
Yeah. So Genghis Khan literally like changed the globe because of how many people he killed. Ruthless.
Like
Didn't he populate a lot too?
He-
22%.
His DNA, yeah.
It's
2% of modern day Mongolia
No,
still
it's
goes right back to him.
more than that.
Are you sure?
It's not Mongolia. It's Asia.
Yeah,
Lineage
all
two.
of Asia, not just Mongolia.
He had so many. He had like over 100 something wives, and like had a kid,
then-
at least one kid with all of them.
Let me see.
and he made a
here.
carbon footprint on the earth. from
Roughly
killing so many
1 in
people.
200 men worldwide, or about 16 million people, share a Y chromosome lineage with Genghis Khan.
That is insane.
That is pretty
So
insane.
really, he killed a lot of people, but
That's
then
0.5% of the world's male
if you're looking at
population.
it the other
Of
way,
the
he
world.
also
Yeah, that's
You were
the
talking about
world.
just
Yeah.
Mongolia. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he did kill a lot, but he also
Yeah.
populated a lot.
I'm pretty
Let's
sure-
see his death. It was like something like
8% of the men in the region of the Mongolian Empire have lineage too.
8%.
8%. That's crazy. Like the impact that has. That's nuts.
See his death.
I don't think they know the exact year he died in. Or no, they don't know when he was
How
actually
many
born.
people?
Oh my goodness. I mean,
He used to pull them apart. By,
it
like,
was.
Oh, it was
bad.
like
Time of
brutal.
horses.
Brutal.
Versus
Yeah.
Chiang Kai-shek, who was a Chinese dictator for
Yeah.
in the like Cold War
I don't
era.
know him.
Khan. Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Randy said it's like planting trees after destroying the forest. He's right. Like it doesn't really make up for the bad that you did. We're going Khan here.
Yeah.
And then he didn't really leave a system for like what to do after he was gone, so it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
next
going
one, I was
two
like,
seed here.
ooh.
That is Hitler versus
Batista.
Fulgencio Batista.
we know who Joey's picking.
Batista is a good actor.
Not that Batista.
He does the power bomb.
This
too.
guy was the American. We put him in power in Cuba, and then Castro,
Castro?
outed him in '59.
Gotcha.
So, but just because we put him there doesn't mean he was a good guy.
Yeah, Hitler.
That one.
Yeah, good point. Hitler.
And then Mussolini versus Augusto Pinochet. Pinochet was
Mussolini.
in Chile.
A
And
Mussolini.
yeah, but he's a terrible person. Like I
Yeah.
learned about him in college. I had a professor that told us a lot about him. And but Mussolini was,
It's the one we
He
know
was
the most.
terrible.
Yeah.
He was like starving
and
everybody.
he also had a very, very bad exit from this world. So if you want to look that up, you can. Mao Zedong from China, and
Zedong.
Mao Zedong, and
He was
Pol-
pretty terrible.
I think it
Yes.
means the dong.
And
right?
It is ridiculous. So we went to Europe last year. It is insane how many like Mao Zedong
like named after him.
no
or
like
like-
pictures.
Oh, like statue, like
Yeah,
oh my
like are
goodness.
just in
Which is-
Well, that's what they
bars
do.
everywhere.
Par for
That's
the
what,
course,
I
like-
say dictators do that.
didn't
I know, but it's like they're not like because he was around in what like the how long ago was it?
Mao He's been
It-
he's been dead for a while, right?
It's
I
like
don't know- I don't know exactly where he died.
the Egyptians. I heard this on a podcast. The pharaohs,
Mm-hmm.
they wanted so many statues of themselves, they would take the statues of the other pharaohs
yeah.
and just put their name on it.
That's funny.
You know
Well,
what? We could rebuild this, or
Well, that's why they don't
his
know.
nameplate.
They don't know who built the pyramids because every single pharaoh
Took credit for them.
would take
Aliens.
credit. Yeah.
Have you
Exactly.
not seen what happened this week?
No.
Oh,
I said it in the text.
The,
I-
the
yeah,
yeah, I
did
didn't
a
understand
sonar-
what you were
the
saying. Can
underneath-
you explain to me?
We can go over it later because we just got to finish this bracket. But
That is
like,
insane.
yeah, they made a big discovery under the pyramids.
And then Pol Pot, who was a Cambodian dictator, killed up to 3 million Cambodians in a 4-year reign, which is ridiculous.
So what are the numbers on deaths by both of these
Zedong
guys?
was significantly more. It's not going to even be close.
Okay.
He did the whole starving of the people too.
I just wanted to go with him for his name, so we'll go with.
And then Julius Caesar versus Muammar Gaddafi.
I'm gonna go upset here.
What?
Gaddafi.
I'm going Gaddafi.
I'm going Caesar.
I don't know, man. I hate those salads so much.
I love them.
All right, I'm
That's
shocked
my
about
favorite
that
salad.
one, you guys.
And pizza.
All right,
Gaddafi.
Stalin v. Napoleon. This is a funny battle because Napoleon did get whooped up when he went into Russia. Because don't go to Russia in the winter.
Stalin wins this one, I
It's
think.
it's going to be hard to dethrone him. I just want to put that out there.
'Cause you
Castro
like him
versus
so
Khan.
much?
Castro versus Khan.
I'm taking
It's
Khan.
got to
I'm
be
Khan.
Khan. It's got to
yeah.
be Hitler and Mussolini.
Ooh.
So those
Hitler.
two were allied until they weren't. Until Mussolini died. Mussolini inspired a lot of Hitler, but they're both terrible people.
I'm
There-
going.
Wasn't Mussolini also backstabbing Hitler to, like
Actually, you could argue that he lost Hitler. Directly
I think
contributed to
he
the loss.
was. I
he
think Mussolini was backstabbing Caesar.
They got the Italians couldn't handle the. I think they were in Ethiopia, and they were like getting their butts whooped, and
Isn't
Hitler
that-
had to send a bunch of
isn't
troops
that- am I
down
wrong?
into North Africa, and
So
that
that wasn't
delayed all of
Mussolini.
his other
I know.
plans. So
It was
good job
Brute.
there, I guess.
I mean, it's a tough argument, but I think we have to go with Hitler.
Yeah,
and
you
then
have to go Hitler.
Zedong Mao versus Gaddafi. It's got to be Mao.
Mao,
right?
yeah.
All
It's
right,
gonna
so
be hard to dethrone Zedong.
Stalin versus Khan. This is tougher than I thought it was going to be. I'm going
going-
Stalin.
I'm
I'm
going
sorry,
Khan.
boys.
Khan, man. Yeah.
Con man.
I think
Con
Khan.
man.
Would you vote?
Khan literally made an impact on the carbon print of that time. Like he killed so many people.
Joseph Stalin killed more people. There were way more people to kill. I mean, we can look it up.
Yeah, I'm the
Hold on,
reason
do you want
why
me to
I'm,
look it up
Give me a
before you
number.
vote?
Give me a number count.
I'm going with Khan because of the whole population of the world.
Because he did good. We're going for the worst, though, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, but is it worse? Because he's really a terrible person.
he was terrible.
So any DNA
20
from a terrible
million?
he
person.
was really cool on Bill and Ted
Around
Takes the
20
Picture.
And on the.
Oh no, here we go. 100 to
United
150
Museum,
million
he's on
people.
that too.
He could be credited for up to 150 million deaths.
Oh my
Ew.
goodness. Stalin.
Stalin, yeah,
Could be.
yeah.
How's that in question?
It depends how you count because they can never know.
If you believe it really happened.
And then it happened. And then Khan was between 20 and 60 million.
well,
Goodness, and they were doing it by hand, an arrow.
Well,
So he put in the work.
but like
Well,
no
Stalin-
gunpowder.
but
and they
we're
were-
going for the worst. So Stalin killed more.
Technically he did,
So
but I
is
would
it-
argue that
is
it was
it
more
who killed
work
more?
for Khan to do it because
Who killed more or who did it more brutally?
it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's which bad part do we want to go for?
I'm voting Stalin, but I think you guys all went Khan, so we can. And then you have Mao. This is actually a way closer battle than you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both just horrendous.
I want to hear
people.
what you guys have to vote, and then I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's got to be Hitler there.
Yeah, I'm taking old Adolf.
Brett?
Little Adolf. He's a dictator, Todd.
I think I'm going
So
Khan
Khan
here
or Hitler?
think I'm
Khan
going
or
Khan.
Hitler?
Yeah.
Khan was.
I think I'm going
knew
Khan.
it. I called it from the beginning.
because
Here's the thing, though. Hitler was trying to erase an entire race. of
Khan
people.
did.
Yeah, but then he repopulated it.
Yeah, but that's not how that works. Yeah, I don't think we could ever completely know like the impact that like Mongol hordes. We still talk about that as something where, like if there's an enemy that's numerous, we're like, oh, the Mongol hordes. Like it's still in our
I've never
lexicon.
said that.
And
Well-
some of their platoons were cannibals.
But Hitler
They would
got
eat-
Hitler got away with it. He got away to Argentina.
He did not live. We've talked about this so many times. He did not survive.
Oh.
There's no way.
He could be in Arkansas with Elvis.
Did you have Mufasa on there?
Mufasa? You mean like the lion
Cartoon
from Lion King?
No, Scar was the bad guy in that.
Depends who you ask.
Armenian genocide.
Armenian.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna write
that's a
this
more
down,
recent-
but
His
I
name
don't
was not
agree with it.
Mufasa.
The leader of the Turkish guy. Yeah, the guy that
Was Mufasa?
his name was
Mufasa. Are you? What'd you vote, Brett?
Hitler. Hitler. He says.
I'm voting Khan. What'd you vote?
Con.
What'd you vote?
It's up to me.
Brett's just doing it because he wants the end winner to be.
I mean, Hitler is horrible, and it's the one that people use the most. I'm gonna go with Hitler.
All right, Noah, Hitler and Khan,
Hitler and Con.
Who's the worst?
Genghis, Changus, however you want to say it.
Chungus.
All right.
I mean, both of these. I mean, they were both
I
terrible.
gotta go with Khan.
Khan.
Okay.
But only because Khan
We just fist bumped.
did a lot more for the world than
He's a
Khan.
pastor.
Okay, Noah's done. We're cutting Noah's mic off. Cut Noah's mic
He
off.
never had a
Noah's
mic.
done. We're not.
I would disagree with that statement.
I would
He
completely
I don't
disagree
feel
with
right
that
putting
statement.
this
But
around
both of
the
them are
Bible.
terrible. Yeah.
He repopulated it.
We were talking about it.
Hitler like revived infrastructure.
What are you talking about right
A
now?
lot of crazy
We wouldn't have landed on
No,
the
he
moon
didn't.
without him.
No, he didn't. Some of his scientists knew how to launch rockets, but
His underground
created
tunnels were pretty
penicillin.
impressive.
what are you?
He like redid the whole transportation.
We should burn
What are
these
you
brackets,
talking about?
by the way.
Look it up.
Good thing this deletes after
I'm
30
saying
days.
there's no way.
This
Yeah.
segment's done.
No.
Kanye was right.
Kanye was not right, and we're cutting Noah's microphone. We were good until.
Right about
Hold on.
No,
Hold
no.
on. Hold on. Look up Kanye's new.
Oh yeah, his new
Medallion.
album.
Oh my god.
Look it up.
It's not
I
out.
showed Joey the t-shirt.
It's not out for sale most places.
Did you listen to it?
But you can find it on X.
What to a new song?
It's a whole album.
It's
His
his
whole
new
album.
bling.
His new album?
Yeah, but type in his new medallion.
Do I need to search this right now, or is it?
It's a swastika.
No,
but it's
but look
blinged
at
out.
no, he's not.
Look at it.
No,
like
he's
one of the
not.
It is
nicest-
insane.
You can't do that.
No, he can. Well, he did.
No,
That's
go
not-
to images.
that's not what that
Press
is.
Images.
I'm nervous,
You should be.
He did one of Jesus.
guys. I don't see anything here.
No, it's legit. I looked it up earlier.
Too legit to
Are you
quit.
sure it was real?
Yes,
He wore it.
he was.
He wore it out.
He was like showing it off.
There's been a lot of
It's not
discussion on
coming
that.
up.
It's not here, you guys. Hold on, let me.
Turn off your safe search, you
Yeah, are you on
weirdo.
DuckDuckGo?
I literally just typed in DuckDuckGo. Like as you were saying that, I already started
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You probably, if you go on X, you'll find stuff there.
Yes,
You'll find
Come
the
on.
whole album probably.
I'm pretty sure that's where he posted it. A
Yeah,
picture of him
he's
wearing
been
it.
dropping his music on X because
X.
nobody will release it.
I spell medallion. Is that right?
Yeah, I think.
Have
so.
you, did you hear how he's putting out a casting call for a bunch of
Yes,
fellas?
but he wants them all to
It's not-
shave
it's
their
not
head.
shave their
showing
head
up
and
on-
wear a swastika on their shirt.
Guys, it's not on the internet, so I
It's
think
not
y'all.
showing up on
I think it was
DuckDuckGo. No, it's
No,
real.
it's real because people have been talking about the lyrics. But
It's not on the internet.
Ask Josh what his new album. His new music video he's trying to shoot.
Oh wait, can I close out the dictator segment real quick?
yeah, you can go ahead and close
Oh,
it out.
okay, yeah. You know, they're terrible people.
Yep.
And we need to know how they got to where they did so that we can avoid
Getting
having
there
a
again.
repeat of that again, and how to maybe not, try to install foreign governments that then flip in our favor, or maybe not train terrorist groups that then turn against us. So, we can make better decisions because we're better educated by history. And those
True.
people did exist. What they did was terrible, but it did happen. And so we might as well learn from it and not let the experience go to waste.
True.
So don't be a dictator. Dictator top.
I'm gonna have to clip that part. Don't
Yeah.
be a dictator.
Yeah.
Here it is.
How did you find it?
Don't play it. That's
Oh
his-
yeah, don't show it. I
That's
don't.
his
Oh
blade.
my goodness, he can't wear that. Is he serious?
I guarantee you that costs more than
How-
most of our houses.
Hey, but the
Why? Why
The-
is he wearing that?
the
It's iced
It's-
out
both sides. That's
Both
what
sides,
I didn't.
front and back.
the
But
kind of-
why-
the
why
kind
would
of,
you- why
not
would you wear
cool,
that?
But
Somebody
it's iced out on both.
Somebody
sides.
made a point like, where in the world did he find a jeweler that would do that?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Is he? Can I say the word?
Crazy. Yeah.
I don't know
Not-
what you're wanting
Can
to
you
say.
say the? Oh,
I don't know which word you want to say. I would say don't do it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
can you say? Can I say that? I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a Nazi?
He claimed to be in the. I don't know if we can say this. Didn't he claim to be in the KKK?
I don't think he claimed that. But he did
I don't
claim-
think they would have him.
I'm
No.
I'm pretty sure
There's
that was on that.
It's a great.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yes, I was like, yeah.
So what are we doing next?
Wait, what's the? No, I'm astonished that anyone would wear that in public. Like that's crazy. No,
Well,
Joey. He
he's-
said no. I don't know what he meant, but
Just don't say it. No,
Noah
you
sounds
can't.
Facebook educated. I like that. That's a
When you
great
were
term.
saying about yeah.
Okay, let's do something lighter here. Let's bless somebody. No, Josh.
Hitler came up with Fanta.
No,
Fanta? He did.
no. Fanta could be
I need
a
to go down that
German
rabbit
product,
hole.
but doesn't mean Hitler came up with it. Josh, do you have a segment that we can get Noah away from this,
yeah,
please?
we're going to go a little
Hit it.
longer tonight, but I've got a segment.
Just hit the button. Now he's literally
Hey,
googling.
you made this bed laying in it.
Press the. I didn't make that bed. You did, buddy.
Hit Josh's music.
Yeah, Noah's out there. Yeah. Well, the trains ran on time. Like story time with Brett. Will you hand me those
Is
pretzels,
it Brett's?
please? Or the waiters. No, the waiters.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
All right, Josh, what you got?
I didn't send these to Colin. You're not in that.
I got
group
him right
chat.
here. He can
I
read 'em.
apologize. So we're going to share these a little bit, but these are some concepts of. Thanks. Let me find out where that's at. There it is. We're going to have communion.
But when I mean best there, I mean like best good.
So this segment that I've come up with tonight is called Preacher Voice Challenge. This could be fun, this could not be, but I've got 10 of these different concepts that we're going to go with that we have to try to do everyday things that you would be saying, but as the best Southern preacher we can do. You don't have to do Southern preacher, but do the best preacher impression that you can come up with while doing regular tasks. So there's a few different ones like a weather report, a traffic report, Taco Bell drive-through menu. So we're going to try these. Each of us can try to read some of them. But I can start us off to kind of get us kicked off. So you guys could pick some through this list of 10, and we'll try to do these in the best preacher voice we can do. And if it's not good, that makes it even better. So if you're out there listening, please let us know which one you think are funny. I'm going to start off with the Taco Bell drive-through menu, and I'm going to try to do my best pastor impression.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for this.
And it's going to go Southern. So
Do you need
just
a
be prepared.
hanky?
No, I don't need a hanky.
It would help.
My beard will catch all the sweat beads.
Are you going to go like
Or the
Pentecostal
tears.
on this and throw in
I don't
some?
know. We're going to see what happens. So
I'm
I'm
ready.
going to read the Taco Bell drive-through menu.
I wish we had like some organ in the
Organ.
background.
Oregon, we took him out of the bracket.
We're going real
Oregon.
Baptist here.
Brethren, tonight we
Oh.
gather to choose between the Crunch Wrap Supreme and the Fiery Chalupa.
Jesus.
But I say unto thee, why not both? For the Lord blesseth those who seek the $5 box. And yes,
Preach.
verily I do say unto thee, the Baja Blast shall flow like the living waters.
Amen, brother.
It's a Taco Bell menu.
You
That was well done.
You sound like a guy that's trying to do a Southern preacher.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was going for.
All right,
Who's
now
gonna do the
someone
next
do
one?
postmodern church preacher.
Postmodern church preacher. Who wants to be next with the weather report? You want to try doing the weather report, Joey?
Do it as Joey Butch.
It's the next one down, number 2.
Boo!
Hold on. Let me
When we
get up.
do
Let me
it,
get up and start pacing around. Yeah.
when he gets up to do it as Joey Butch, we should leave.
I'm trying to decide. I don't want to do this
You
the
can do
same
a
way you
different one.
just did it,
Oh,
but I
you
also
can.
don't know a lot
You
of.
can. It's just your best preacher voice and
Yeah, I remember my uncle when he would preach when I was growing up. He would always hit like, and when there's a stop, he would put a ha in. But I don't know if I can like.
That's
Just
a Southern
generate
Baptist
that,
thing
I
for
know,
sure.
right?
Or a free will
I'm going to
Baptist
try to
back
do
on.
a Stephen A. Smith on this one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try to start low and end high here. Oh, the storm clouds may gather, the wind may howl,
Amen.
but fear not, my friends, for tomorrow the sun shall rise at 6:47 a.m.
Yeah.
and there shall be a high of 72 degrees in the year of our Lord 2025, with a slight chance of tribulation,
I'm seeing a
also known as afternoon showers.
It felt very dictatorish.
I'm feeling a pattern between both of yours. You both were like,
Slamming and getting
Have you
excited.
never seen a preacher like on a pulpit like
I know.
just slam it home?
have you never seen The Office? When he tells Dwight
To do a speech.
to do a speech and he gives him all the references.
Oh
and it's
yeah,
Mussolini
yes, I
and
have
Hitler.
seen that. Yeah, yeah. All right, Colin, you get to do one.
You want to do one?
No, I don't want to.
What? You have to do one.
Come on.
All of ours are going to sound the same.
It's okay. It's funny because
I wish I could do a good British accent. I'd like to do like a very educated highbrow.
with like a
Like,
robe on. And
yeah.
things. All right. If nobody's going to try them, I'll jump into the
Brett,
next
you got to
one.
try one.
I'm not very good.
And you
Oh
don't
my
have to
gosh,
be
neither
good. That's
were
what
we.
makes it
Like
fun.
Josh is the best.
You
at
do this
and
for a
I'm-
living, and you
I
just
don't
said
do
you're not
that.
very good.
You've-
I'm not very good at this.
I don't do that.
We know. I'm just kidding.
You do.
Not like that.
You just don't slam your fist because you don't.
I don't have a
You,
pulpit.
Start
You
reading
walk-
on the back.
I got to stomp my foot.
Start reading.
I'm
on
gonna
the back.
read
Yeah.
Jim motivation.
Oh, that was a good one. I
Okay.
was going to
You
take
wanna
that
do
one.
that
All right,
one?
go ahead.
Go for it. You're the one doing more Jim.
My
than us.
brethren,
Oh, whoa.
That's good.
on.
do not grow weary
This is going the
in well doing. That's a weird word.
You're right.
For the gain shall come in due season. Pick up that weight, press forward, and let no treadmill cause you to stumble. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against carbs and laziness.
These are written funny.
Amen.
Like these are legitimately written funny.
Colin, you just got to sound convicted when you do it.
Yeah. You just gotta
Thus-
feel. You got one.
the text message from
I
your
was gonna
mom.
say, I was just
Yeah,
do
Brett
it,
was
do it.
reading that
Go
one
ahead,
earlier.
do it.
Thus saith the mother. I'm going to wrestling.
Go for it.
WWE.
Come on, brother.
Thus saith the mother. Are you coming over for dinner? Yeah. I've seen the text. I have read it. Yet I shall 3 hours before.
Wait 3 hours before.
Oh, I shall wait 3 hours
Sorry, yeah.
before.
Replying.
Replying.
List out.
Lest I be asked to pick up groceries on the way.
You finished strong on that.
On the
McDonald's
way.
ice cream machine? Yeah.
McDonald's ice cream machine.
That's-
I wanna
yeah.
Hit that one. That's a good one.
Hold on, let me read it one time real quick. This is a good one.
While you're
My dear brothers and sisters, we've gathered here today in hope, in faith, and promise of the McFlurry. But lo, once again, the ice cream machine is broken. But be not discouraged, for in due time there shall be milkshakes in this land once more.
How about Happy
Oh,
MLK Day?
yes.
loud, yes.
let it be so. Let it be so. Oh, the do not touch.
Some
Do not touch
Jesse
at the
Jackson
museum.
in that one.
Did I get a
Little
little?
bit.
Did I go all that direction?
Little bit.
Oh, does that make that inappropriate?
I
I
wonder
was
if
just
I
preaching.
can. I wonder if I can do it not Southern. I'm gonna try the traffic report. Oh no! I'm gonna do the Amazon package.
I don't have that one.
Amazon package
first.
delivery notification. So
nice.
I'm gonna try to do this one. I
I'm
don't
just,
know
I'm
what's
just
gonna come
channeling my
out.
Uncle
like this one.
Charles. He's
I don't know what's
awesome.
gonna
I
come
love that
out.
guy.
Were you wanting to do that one? Okay.
Making a
Uh,
joke.
Rejoice and be thou exceedingly. I messed that up. Rejoice
Yeah.
and be exceedingly glad, for the prophecy has been fulfilled. The package which was ordered but unseen has now arrived at thine doorstep. Though it was delayed in shipping, it is now made manifest in thy hands.
These are fun. Where did you get these? These are funny.
All right, I got one.
Which one are you doing?
I'm going to do Wi-Fi connection prayer.
Wait, what?
What did Randy say?
Oh, let me do Randy's. Lord, bless these dishes. Bless the water that flowed from the fountain onto these dishes, that they may cleanse them for your use, Lord. That's actually legitimate.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is a prayer. Okay.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Heavenly router.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
I'm pretty
goodness.
sure that's a little.
Yeah. Wait a second. Wait a
blasphemer.
second. I think we just hit a line. I'm gonna let you.
I'm
gonna let you
praying.
go. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Here, put your hands together and bow.
Yeah, there will not be routers in heaven. I don't know why, but I know there will-
Wi-Fi is just automatic.
Yeah, it just connects automatically.
I'm pretty sure they use Starlink now.
You ask God, what's the password? And he's like, hey, it's public. And you're like, oh, thank you.
Star of David Link.
Stop. That's good.
Sorry.
Sorry, go
Continue
ahead,
with your prayer.
Yeah.
Heavenly router.
I don't like
We
that.
come
I don't-
before thee seeking a strong and mighty connection.
Oh,
I don't like it even.
Router.
Daddy God.
That's what I'm trying to go for. Let there be signal in abundance, router.
Oh, yes.
Let the buffering cast out, router. And let the download speed be multiplied, router. Press down, router. And run over, router. Amen. Router.
He's trying to put the daddy God in there.
There is
daddy
a brand
God.
of especially if people are like new to public praying, where they
Yeah.
will say like Lord
Father.
quite a bit or Father.
There was a guy on
Yeah.
TikTok earlier today that he was praying for people that put in prayer requests, and he just kept saying Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. He said it like 17 times.
Did we do the do not touch sign at the museum?
No,
not
that
yet.
one's
that
really
one's
fun.
really
Colin,
fun.
do that one.
You want to try that one?
No,
Uh,
I'm overreading.
I'm gonna try to do this as me, but I don't
As
really
you?
think of a way I just preach. I don't really know what
Hey,
brand
guys.
it is, but no,
Um,
no. Okay. And I can't do it myself. That's weird.
let's do it.
You just talk, you
right?
nerd.
And the sign was written in bold letters, a decree from on high. I need to cry, probably,
There you
right?
go.
If I'm doing me.
Here.
yeah. Thou shalt not touch. But lo, the temptation is great. Shall we resist or shall we suffer the wrath of the security guard? Think about that.
Think about that. Tune into the dive.
Hold
We're
on.
going a little deeper on this.
Yeah. It reminds me of a time where my kids were, I had a story or something. Yeah.
This reminds me of when Lily.
Yeah.
Touch the sign.
Dude, they're at the perfect age right now where if you say don't touch, like that's
Oh.
like literally, it's like you're telling them go touch that right now.
Do
It
yours
gets
lie a
so-
lot now? Do
So
your kids lie a lot right now? Mine have started lying.
Lily
so
is
much.
starting to like spin a story
Oh,
where like it's not even like she's not in trouble or anything.
yeah.
But she'll just tell a story and I'll go, did that really happen? And then she'll like, no, and she'll bring it down and like maybe 60% of it happened.
That-
but then
that's
she
the key.
adds to it.
The key is that they'll actually tell on themselves because
Yeah.
it's like,
she always tells on herself.
hey,
She's-
did
yeah.
you do this? Yeah. To where they're so convincing. I'm like, I have to know that they didn't,
Yeah.
and just be like, okay, I'm asking this as a courtesy. I know you didn't
Yeah.
go brush your teeth. And it would just be like, no, listen, the toothpaste fell off, so I had to get new toothpaste. And they'll come up with a story.
Yep.
And then I'll be like,
None of the
did
stories
you
true.
brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I didn't. I'll go do it right now. And I'm like, why even lie about that? Just like do it.
Yeah,
It's
just
something
no
to
need.
do.
Just no need.
Yeah.
Just no need.
But no, this was a fun bit.
That was fun.
I
yeah.
feel like we should
Besides
bring
the
this
heavenly
back some-
router, I was
we should
pretty
bring
comfortable.
this back when we have a guest.
Yeah.
And have them read off a couple of them, maybe.
I would like to have
Get
Brian
Patrick.
Daniels do a few of these.
Dude,
I would love to have Brian Daniels.
he
do
would
a few
take
of
over the
these.
show. It would become the Brian show, and we would just sit on the couch.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with sitting back and just enjoying raw talent.
But yeah, that was my preacher voice challenge.
I like
Maybe
it.
we can make a TikTok out of that and put it out there and make it a real
Yeah.
challenge. Preacher
Yeah.
voice challenge.
Let's bless somebody.
Just
Pod bless your heart.
Bang. All right. This one is interesting. I kind of relate to it, not in the one part of it, but in the sleeping part. Here is the headline. Armed robber falls asleep during crime, leading to arrest, which I imagine if you fall asleep while doing crime, it would lead to your arrest.
Mhm.
Police said, oh, sorry, wow, it's weird. Look, they put the headline not at the beginning of the story.
Oh yeah,
That is
right in
weird.
the middle.
I'm going to
That is
call
odd.
bullcrap.
That's weird. Alleged robberies are folded in many ways. However, in a bizarre case in Texas, no state tax, a man accused of robbery was reported to have fallen asleep during the incident. Abilene police say 20-year-old Kayani, I can't say his last name, I won't try to,
I thought it was
Sadekia,
gonna be older.
was armed with a gun at his apartment complex. He was accused of arguing with his roommate, whom he allegedly bound as he demanded money. So
Wait.
armed kidnapping.
So he was robbing his roommate.
Yeah.
He fell asleep
He bound
at his
him.
own apartment.
Yeah.
They said he then fell asleep. His roommate managed to escape around 4 a.m. and made it to a neighboring apartment and alerted the police while the man was sleeping.
Hold on. If you escape and you're bound up, that you got you tied up,
Yeah.
and the guy's sleeping on the couch, aren't you just beating the crap out
No,
of him?
you're bound. I'm assuming he just got up. He could have still been like
Oh, yeah.
restrained.
They said it got loose, I thought.
It said he escaped.
Oh.
So he
Okay.
could have still been tied
Well,
up
the guy
and just
still
been
had a
like
gun,
waddling
too.
out.
Guy could have had the gun asleep on his chest, like waiting
And
for
he
something
could just
to happen.
pick that thing up.
I don't know. Hypotheticals all over.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
A report in the New York Post slated that the man surrendered later without incident. He was held on aggravated robbery charges. I feel like that's a low charge,
Yeah.
but whatever. Bond set at $60,000, which you only have to post like
He
what,
didn't-
10% of your grand. So for $6,000, he's getting out.
He didn't get anything for tying the guy up.
That's what I'm saying, like kidnapping. And all right, well, let's keep reading. Although falling asleep during an alleged crime is unusual, it's not unprecedented. A report on Vibe noted that on August 1st, Christopher Nielsen of 29 and Erica Levis, 27 of Washington State, broke into more than 40 storage units using bolt cutters, and police later found them asleep those were both men, by the way.
Yeah, because they
Erica
were
is
so
a
tired
man's
of
name.
cutting the bolts off,
Yeah.
the locks off the sword.
In Texas, both robbery and aggravated robbery are serious crimes. To prove robbery, prosecutors must show that during the theft, the defendant intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly caused bodily harm to another to sustain the conviction. Which he clearly did. Robbery is charged. Oh, this is a law site. That's why they're telling us so much about robbery here. The offense of robbery is classified as a first-degree felony, which could carry up to 99 years in prison and $10,000 in fines. That's not like, hey, you get the rest of your life in prison, but also you owe us 10 grand.
Yeah, because how much, if you get life in prison, how much money are you making in prison?
Can you make money in prison?
No.
I thought
Yeah,
you
you
could. I
can.
thought you had a
Yeah.
job in prison,
They a
It's
lot
like
of times it's
25 cents a day.
yeah,
Exactly.
for a full day.
but for the rest of your life, though. Is that one of those things where it doubles like a penny today
was
is 2
20,
tomorrow
so-
and 4 the next day? And
I'm going to
no,
unionize the
I mean, it's like
you know, the prison system.
the prison
I
system.
don't think that's how that works.
So who do we bless?
In the spirit of the blessings,
Yeah,
it has. This is the most idiotic, bless your heart, criminal thing that
robbing
could
your
happen.
roommate.
yeah.
So first off, don't
crazy.
rob your roommate.
Yeah.
But second off, if you're gonna do it, don't fall asleep.
If you're going to rob don't rob your roommate.
Well, he was bound.
Be well rested.
Yeah. While they're at work, steal their stuff.
Make sure you get a good night's sleep before
You
the
don't have to
robbery.
tie them up.
True.
He forgot that was the robbery day. Like he stayed up all night playing Call of Duty. He's like, oh no, it's like the sun's coming up. He's
Let's be
played all
real.
night.
He was playing Grand Theft Auto.
You're right. And he's like, oh, I was supposed to get good rest last night so I could rob my roommate. And then,
Oh, tonight was the night.
yeah, his like Apple Watch goes off and a reminder, rob your roommate today.
His roommate's
Oh,
Apple Watch goes off as he's wearing.
check calendar. Wait, did you say rob your, and he gets hit across the head? Like, oh my goodness. So I think we have to bless
The robber.
Coyote?
Yeah.
Hey, to the idiot that robbed his roommate and fell asleep.
God bless your
Coyote?
heart, sweetie.
God bless your heart.
Sweetie.
Well, that was a fun show.
Yeah, that was a lot
I
of
had
stuff.
a good time. How long have we gone? Oh, we only went an hour 10. That's
Yeah,
not the
it's
longest
not
we've ever
even bad.
done.
No.
I'm still trying to figure out how to say this guy's name.
It's Kanyoni. So Canyoni?
Kanye.
He robbed. That
Adolf
wasn't
Ye.
his swastika necklace. That was his roommate's.
Why would you even make that?
Adolf Ye.
Is he mentally like, does he need to go like,
I think he
Adolf.
just wants the
Adolf.
attention. At this
but there's
point.
so many different ways you can get attention besides
Really?
swastika.
Adolf.
He said Adolf and Yay. I was like, Yadolf.
Adolf.
Yeah. That would be
So
funny if he
wasn't
changed his
the-
like, X handle to Yadolf.
Wasn't the swastika like hijacked by the,
Yes.
not, wasn't it a
Yeah,
sign
it
of
used to be a
peace?
sign
It
of
was-
peace.
Yeah, and they like,
Buddhist sign for peace.
I don't think it was it Buddhist?
I think so.
You guys.
It's been like across a bunch of different.
funny story.
Am I going to get on a list for searching this?
I don't know, dictator, swastika.
Hinduism,
You didn't make a whole
Buddhism, and
bracket.
Jainism, Hanism. I don't know that one.
Cooper's
should
been
represent prosperity and good luck. And
Cooper's
the
been
Nazis
calling
destroy.
Sarah sweetie. So like she's like she,
That's precious.
it's not. She hates it.
Oh, she doesn't like it. Yeah.
Sweetie, can I get a cup of water?
She, she'd be no.
Do
She'd
you
be,
call her that? Is that why you picked it up?
No.
Where did he pick that
I don't
up?
know. She'd asked him to do something like bring them because they have to bring their folder up every day after school, see if they have homework. And she said, "Cooper, bring me your folder." He's like, "Okay, sweetie."
My nephew used to do my brother that way.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Kids are crazy, man.
Yeah,
they
when
just
he was
think
real
up
little, he
random
called.
stuff.
He was littler than Cooper, I think, though. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, sweetie. But,
So yeah, good
but
stuff.
my sister-in-law used to call him Sweetie.
But
Sweetie.
now that he knows she hates it,
Yeah, he's doing it.
He does it
even
all the
more.
time.
yeah.
Any other crazy school? Oh, St. John's is down 3. Don't worry.
Oh, you got
It's
a
right at the
cobweb on your projector, by the way. Your little two.
So maybe they're down
things.
4 and it looks like a 3.
Oh, you're right. Nope, they're tied now.
Or
Thanks
other.
everybody for
I got
tuning
St. John's
in.
going pretty
We
good.
really appreciate you being a part. Appreciate you, Randy and Karen.
Josh, love the new setup.
and
Well done.
yeah, this was something. This new setup, I like it.
Cheers to you, sir.
I've got too big of a thigh. I don't want your cookies.
Let's see how long.
Yep, there it
There
is.
it is.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you are watching or listening, make sure to go out there, like, share, and subscribe. It helps us out. Make sure to leave some comments. If you're listening on Apple, if you're listening on Spotify, leave some comments in there to tell us what you think about the show. If you're on Facebook or Twitter or any of that stuff, well, I guess we're not on
Go
that.
Cats tomorrow.
But leave some comments on all the stuff that you see of us. It helps us out to get out there to more people so we can bless their ear holes with the good, smooth sounding sounds of the sound. You guys got any, are all hearts clear? You guys got anything to say?
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
This was a risky cast tonight.
It was fun though.
I think we did it respectfully.
Next week we'll have something different.
Serial killers.
Probably.
We're gonna rank.
Oh, the best serial killers.
Why did we not do that?
That's a good one.
I mean, we have.
I would feel more comfortable doing that than
than what we did.
than what we did.
The best
You know what?
serial
Why not?
killers.
Why not? I mean, let's do it.
If you have an idea for a bracket we shouldn't do, let us know in the
We
comments.
shouldn't do.
Snoozy bugs.
Ooh.
Oh, Randy said we look a little blurry today.
Huh.
We can
That's
fix the focus next
I
week.
think it's just my camera. I think it messed up when I was trying.
Oh,
to
it
work
did
with
autofocus on you wrong.
Possibly.
I feel like ours is crisp. There's a
I want
touch of
a
delay.
shorter chair. That's the only.
yeah,
my only
we were working with a bunch of them. These are the
Brett
only.
got the good one.
Yeah, it has a padding. Yeah, my thighs are too thick for this.
You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, I'm Joey.
Hypnotize.
I'm Josh.
I'm Brett.
I'm Colin.
That's Noah.
And
And this
this
was
Pod
Pod
Bless.
Bless.
I said pod. I said pod bleth.
I almost said
Pod
pod.
bleh?
I almost said podcast.
I said pod bleth.
And this was this was a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Flight, Joey, Josh, and Brett talking God
go
all
learn all
night.
about,
Laughs
Moses'
and lessons
dead body
too.
this week.
Bible stories
And
crew.
more about-
Every episode, something fresh and new. Bibles on your feet, spreading light and